President Zuma reacts to the DA's corruption case and business concerned about the impact of the Eurozone crisis. Good afternoon. President Jacob Zuma says the DA is acting in bad faith in its attempt to review a decision to stop his corruption prosecution. This emerged during arguments from the president's lawyer, Kemp J. Kemp, in the Supreme Court of Appeal in Bloemfontein. The DA wants the court to open the door for a review of the NPA's decision to drop the charges. The decision was announced in 2009 before the national elections. Candice Klein reports.
Advocate Kemp J. Kemp says the DA has brought the review application in bad faith. Kemp said the DA was prepared to ask for a review no matter what she announced as a decision. Kemp says the DA is acting in its own narrow political interests and not in the interest of the public. He says the DA has no standing in the public interest or otherwise to force such a review application. The court is hearing arguments on technical aspects and not dealing with the merits of the review application itself. Candice Klein, SABC News, Bloemfontein.
2 of the 3 accused in the murder of a Crossroad school principal have been found guilty of murder in the Western Cape High Court. He was gunned down in the school's driveway in 2009. The court has found that the school's financial administrator was guilty of instigating the crime, motivated by missing funds at the school. A hired hitman has been found guilty of executing the murder. The administrator's wife was acquitted. Acting Judge Andre Smit summarizes the testimony of a state witness, referred only as Lindile.
He testified that number 1 phoned him thereafter to inform him that the principal was present at the school and that they should go to the school and do the job. Lindile and accused number 3 thereupon drove to the school where the latter shot the principal. The motor car which was used during the murder operations was rented with the financial assistance of accused number 1.
Business Unity South Africa BUSA says the impact of the Eurozone crisis on South Africa's economy will definitely demand adjustments to the 2012 national budget. It's told Parliament's Standing Committee on Finance that the impact of the Eurozone crisis will slow down economic growth this year. BUSA's Raymond Parsons.
Well, the South African economy is certainly being affected by what's happening abroad, and it's having a negative effect on our growth rate. At the same time, we do expect that we will have positive growth this year. It means that there are big challenges in the national budget, and we certainly look to the budget to be credible, to be balanced, and to be confidence building.
3 women have chained themselves to scaffolding on the construction site of a toll plaza on Chapman's Peak Drive near Hout Bay in the Cape Peninsula in protest against the project. Their actions have caused operations to come to a halt on the mountain slopes. Local residents have over the past few months voiced their dissatisfaction with the planned toll. The women say they'll remain there until they get written confirmation from the Western Cape Transport Department that the project will be scrapped. Iran's president is unveiling a new generation of domestically made uranium enrichment equipment. State television also says Iran had produced its own 20% uranium-enriched fuel rods for a research reactor. The announcement is likely to raise new concerns in the US and Israel. The BBC's James Reynolds.
One news agency says that Iran will load its own domestically made nuclear fuel rods into the Tehran research reactor. Another report says that Iran is expected to unveil a new generation of centrifuges for uranium enrichment. One central point links these developments. Iran is determined to show that it can master nuclear technology on its own, that international sanctions against its nuclear program will make no difference. The country continues to insist that its nuclear ambitions are entirely peaceful, but the West is not so sure.
The top story, President Zuma says the DA is acting in bad faith in its attempt to review a decision to stop his corruption prosecution.